Greetings, my wonderful students. Let's begin our review of Unit 2 with Islam. Now, Islam begins with Muhammad, who was born in Mecca in the year 570 AD. He was a caravan trader with no formal education. However, he did learn from Christianity and Judaism. And he had a religious experience, and he began preaching. The faith of Islam. The Quran is the holy book of Islam, and it is written in Arabic. As you can see here from the visual, it is written in a very beautiful fashion. Because of Muslim religious restrictions regarding artwork, they have turned the actual writing system and the writing of their holy book into a work of art itself. There are 5 pillars or obligations of Islam. The first is the confession of the faith, in which they must repeat several times a day. They must worship 5 times a day, facing the city of Mecca. And they must give money or food to the needy. And they must also fast during the month of Ramadan. Now remember, that obviously doesn't mean that they do not eat at all for an entire month. That wouldn't work out well. Instead, of course, they do not eat or drink anything from sunrise to sunset during that particular month. They must also make a Hajj or pilgrimage to Mecca once in their lifetime if they are capable. A muezzin calls the faithful to prayer 5 times a day. Now, in many Islamic countries, this will be done over loudspeakers, but in the time that we've been studying, they would have gone to the top of the minaret and called the faithful to prayer, and all the people would come out and pray at the same time. Muslims are forbidden to eat pork or drink alcohol, and mosques, Muslim religious houses, may not have religious statues or images, which, as I stated before, has to do with their religious restrictions regarding artwork. The jihad, struggle to defend the faith. Anyone who dies while defending Islam will go to heaven. This is the Arab Empire at its greatest extent from 700 to 850 AD. As you can see, it stretched from its beginnings in the Arabian Peninsula across North Africa to the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain and Portugal, the southern sections of the Italian Peninsula, in Sicily and Corsica. You also have all the way as far east as India in the Indus River Valley. The Seljuk Turks migrated to Baghdad, which is in modern-day Iraq, in the 900s, and they converted to Islam. As time passed, the Turks eventually gained control over the Arab Empire. And in the 1000s, the Seljuk Turks took Asia Minor, what is modern-day Turkey, from the Byzantines. I wonder if there's a connection there. The Turks, modern-day Turkey? Nah, that can't be the case. The Crusades! The Byzantine Emperor called on Western Europe for help, and the Pope sent help. And the Crusades, as they were called, lasted for centuries. These religious wars in which the Christian knights of Western Europe went into the Middle East and battled the Muslims. There were many atrocities committed on both sides. And this created a lasting effect on relations between Muslims and Christians. Eventually, the Muslims defeated the Christians, which is why that region of the world today is mainly Islamic. Now, the Muslims helped preserve Greek and Roman culture by translating their works into their various languages and making them available to scholars. During the time of the Dark Ages of Europe, it was a golden age for Islam, and they created many universities. Chinese paper-making techniques became available to the Muslims. They began to build books and libraries. Now, with this golden age of Islamic civilization, they made medical advancements. They performed surgeries. They created medical encyclopedias. They also created the astrolabe to tell latitude by the stars, which would help navigation and allow them to continue to spread their culture and their religion through trade into areas today known as Indonesia and other Southeast Asian regions. They developed algebra, and they transmitted Arabic numerals to the West, simplifying math for us today. Muslim culture spread as scholars carried ideas from universities in Spain into Europe, and crusaders brought back stories of Muslim achievements. On top of that, in Spain, the Moors, the Spanish Muslims, and the Christians and Jews lived side by side in Spain, creating this system of cultural diffusion, baby, which allowed for many different architectural styles and artistic styles to develop. Muslims considered Christians and Jews to be people of the book and were generally treated well, but they did have to pay taxes for not being part of the majority Muslim faith. I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and have a good day.